Welcome out to another episode of It's All Been Done Radio Hour. This week we're going to give you the Topnotch Tangler's new installment, Sweet and Sour. But before we get started, we got some thanks to give out. First of all, thank you to MadLab Theater. They are freaking awesome. They have a show coming up next weekend at 8 p.m. It's called Date Night, and it runs multiple weekends, but I'm asking you to go next Saturday at 8 because we have a show next Saturday at 5:30. So you can come watch our show, grab a quick bite to eat, maybe stick around, and then watch Date Night. You can get tickets for both of those at madlab.net/tickets. Date Night often sells out, so I encourage you to go ahead and get those tickets right away so you can come see both of our programs next Saturday, February 11th. We'd also like to thank IABD Presents, our parent network. They're an entertainment network based in Columbus, Ohio, with podcast, written work, video, and more. This week, I want to recommend The Oscars Are My Super Bowl, which is a movie discussion podcast hosted by Amanda Iman. She releases twice a week, and she also has some special episodes during awards season. So the Oscars are coming up. You're probably going to want to get your Oscar opinions, advice, predictions from The Oscars Are My Super Bowl. Check out our network website at iabdpresents.com. You can follow us on social media at IABD Presents on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. If you post about us, please hashtag IABD. If you would also jump over to iTunes and rate and review our podcast, that would be greatly appreciated. And now, without further ado, the Topnotch Tangler, Sweet and Sour.
Our final program this afternoon features that fearless fighter with fantastic features, the Topnotch Tangler. One night, years ago, a brilliant scientist from a rich family found herself in the wrong place at the wrong time. Or possibly the right place at the right time, depending on your perspective. Pelted with rays no one fully understands, Miss Kimberly Benson was transformed into the Topnotch Tangler, a superhero who can save the city.
Oh, now you're making me blush.
Along with the police commissioner, Carl Darling, who doesn't know Kim's secret and whom she has decided to break up with.
What did you say?
I said, and the eager young Lieutenant Adam Carson.
That's me. Thanks kindly for mentioning me.
You're welcome. This terrific trio keeps Tiptown safe from the terrible townies who terrorize it.
Who's that flying in the sky?
The Topnotch Tangler, who the Topnotch Tangler?
Beating senseless the bad guys.
The Topnotch Tangler, who the Topnotch Tangler?
Prettier than an apple pie.
The Topnotch Tangler, who the Topnotch Tangler?
Here she comes, there she goes, bye-bye.
The Topnotch Tangler, who the Topnotch Tangler?
Hey everybody, I'm on the scene. No need anymore to flee or scream. I'm here for you, so have no fear. I'll knock those villains right on their ear.
She's the best, she's really tops. Untangles evil schemes and ropes and knots. She's the hero of Tiptown's beats, cleaning up our dirty streets.
I'm here for you, so have no fear.
The Topnotch Tangler deserves a cheer.
Hooray!
Who's the bestest gal around?
The Topnotch Tangler, who the Topnotch Tangler?
Keeping safe our own Tiptown.
The Topnotch Tangler, who the Topnotch Tangler?
She'll pound those criminals in the ground.
The Topnotch Tangler, who the Topnotch Tangler?
Then turn every kid's frown upside down.
The Topnotch Tangler, who the Topnotch Tangler?
There she goes,
Who the Topnotch Tangler?
fighting crime.
Who the Topnotch Tangler?
I'll do my best to make you proud. Now it's time to disperse the crowd. Thanks everybody, take care, get home safe.
There she goes again. The Topnotch Tangler.
Tonight's episode, Sweet and Sour. We join Miss Kimberly Benson as she lunches with Carol. Who is Carol? Let's find out.
Oh my goodness, you've had quite a year, Kimberly.
Oh, you're telling me, Carol. But I'm sorry, I've been going on and on about my lousy love life. How are you enjoying retirement? Staying out of the tights down in Florida?
Oh, you know me. I can never hang up the superhero mantle for long. Plenty of crime in the Sunshine State to tempt me to swoop in a few times a month, no matter what my husband says.
Oh, and how is Howard?
He's fine, just fine. But let's bring it back to you. I understand how you feel about Carl. However...
Excusez-moi, mademoiselle. Can I tempt you with some dessert today? Maybe a nice soufflé or a tasty eclair?
I couldn't possibly eat another bite. That lunch was superb.
Just the check. Thanks, Frank.
Right away for you, Miss Benson, and your lovely companion.
Oh, this is Carol.
Okay.
It's a bit warm in here, isn't it? Anyway, as I was saying, Kimberly, I know balancing a secret identity and a relationship and a career is hard. But if anyone can do it, you can. Look at me and Howard. We've managed to make it work all these years.
Oh, yes, but Howard is an accountant. He was never in the front lines alongside you.
Well, that's true. I will point out, though, that every time I've talked to you in the last year or two, you've always gone on and on about Carl. I know you have strong feelings for him. Are you really prepared to see him every day, but not be with him?
I don't know, but I have to try.
If you want my advice...
Oh, of course I do! You are my mentor, the woman I learned everything about being a superhero from. I value your advice above everyone else's.
I know. And that's why I flew here as soon as I heard the tone of your voice on the phone. I just like to hear you say it.
Oh.
Anyway, Kimberly, I think you underestimate just how hard it will be to see him all the time. If you were to move to another city, it might work, but not as long as you and he have to work together every day.
Oh, I could never leave Tiptown.
I didn't say you should. You're a grown woman. It's your decision, and I'm sure you'll make the right one for you.
Here you go, mademoiselles. As promised, it is a pleasure serving you, Miss Benson, and sa charmante amie. Shall I call your driver?
Oh, no thank you, Frank. We walked.
Excellent. No wonder you are in such fine shape.
Oh, Frank, you're making me blush.
Oh, my apologies. I meant no offense. Both of you have a magnifique day.
If you're in the market, that young man has the most delightful accent, and he isn't too hard to look at either.
Oh, stop, Carol. Frank is just a friend. And speaking of friends, some of mine must need me. There goes the twinkling talisman. When danger appears, I run to right the rudder of this radiant region. Would you care to join me, Carol? That is, if you have your professional attire.
Of course I do. I thought you'd never ask.
We're off.
At the Tiptown police post.
I won't do it.
Oh, I'm sure you will.
No, I can't.
You're being a very naughty boy, and the Wholesome Honey doesn't approve of naughty boys. I prefer strong, decisive men. If you don't start acting like a man, I will have to punish you.
Don't lay a finger on the commissioner, ma'am, or I will tase you.
Oh, how rude. Maybe Commissioner Darling isn't the only one in need of a timeout.
Lower your taser, Carson. There's no need for this to escalate into violence.
Oh, I abhor violence. But if violence is to be done, it should be between you men, after we ladies have gone home to make supper.
Now see, that's just the kind of outdated thinking that I was talking about.
The Topnotch Tangler! Oh, and a Glamorous Gal! Oh boy, 2 superheroes!
It is we.
Who is that with the Topnotch Tangler?
Glamorous Gal? You don't know Glamorous Gal, Commissioner?
I'm sorry, I'm afraid I don't.
Why, everyone knows that the Topnotch Tangler trained with Glamorous Gal, who used to protect Tiptown before she retired.
Oh, I'm sorry, Glamorous Gal. I'm not originally from Tiptown. I must have moved here after your tenure.
Oh, no need to apologize, Commissioner. Who do we have here?
I am the Wholesome Honey.
The whom?
The Wholesome Honey. I aim to get women back in their rightful place in society.
And just what is their rightful place?
Why, in the home, of course. Taking care of their men and their children. Cooking, cleaning, doing the shopping. You know, woman stuff.
Well, I do not agree with you at all.
What about you, Glamorous Gal? Shh. Surely, being older, you remember a different era in which things were better.
I remember an era in which I burned my bra and fought for equality for women in all areas of life.
Oh, 2 female superheroes, and not one is right thinking. I must say I'm very disappointed.
Well, I don't think we're the ones in the wrong here.
Of course you don't. It's not your fault, really. Young women today are brainwashed by their feminist mothers and aunts, told they can do anything a man can do, as if it's ungodly. That's why I'm here, to save civilization from itself.
Oh my goodness. And why are you at the Tip Town police post specifically?
She wants me to fire all the women who work here.
Except the secretaries, Commissioner.
Yes, the unmarried secretaries can stay. Secretarial work is fine for a single woman to get out and meet a man, so she can get married, quit her job, and have half a dozen babies. Tend to the household, as any woman worth her salt should.
I know this is your beat, the Topnotch Tangler, but I'm having a hard time holding back with this one. The thought of erasing decades of proud progress makes my skin crawl. Do you mind?
Oh, not at all. Go right ahead, Glamorous Gal.
I will give you one more chance, honey.
The Wholesome Honey.
Whoever you are, this is your last chance to leave peacefully, or I'm afraid I'm going to have to subdue you for sinister spatula swinging and showing a superb absence of sense.
You're already in the police station, Glamorous Gal, so you won't have to take her far.
I like that young man, the Topnotch Tangler.
Oh, yes, everyone just loves Carson.
He's all right, I guess.
You may try to stop me, Glamorous Gal, but I am still young and spry, and my muscles have been built up from hauling laundry baskets and beating rugs. I don't believe we're evenly matched, and I was taught to respect my elders.
You're right. The car I bench press every morning hasn't kept me in shape at all. Defend yourself. Punch. Ow. Kick. Flip. Right hook. Slap. Ah. Smack. Owie.
Elbow.
Right hook.
Oh, hair pull.
Let go of my hair.
Oh, I'm tied it in knots. You must go home and fix it now, or you will not be able to show your face in public.
A lady is not defined by her appearance, and I will happily continue to show my face wherever and whenever I choose. But these knots do hurt a bit.
Oh, I can help with that.
Oh, it will take you hours. I've been tangling hair for years. It's one of those most effective ways in which a proper lady can win a fight. In the meantime...
Done.
What? Oh, that's not possible.
She's the Topnotch Tangler. Her superpower's untangling knots.
Then why wouldn't she be called the Topnotch Untangler?
Actually, it's a common mistake. The name refers to...
Pardon me, Lieutenant Carson, but may we continue our battle?
Sorry, Glamorous Gal. Wow, I can't believe you know my name!
Calm down, Carson.
Smack! Kick! Pinch!
Gut check!
Oh.
Headlock!
Oh, let go!
Surrender!
Never!
Squeeze!
Fine! I surrender!
Wow, Glamorous Gal, that sure was something. You defeated the Wholesome Honey and looked glamorous while doing it.
That's my moniker.
We can take the villain from here. Thanks, Glamorous Gal, the Topnotch Tangler.
My pleasure, gentlemen. Now come, the Topnotch Tangler. Let's let these fine heroes in blue bravely burnish their badges while being the best bodyguards this borough has borne.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh boy, she called us heroes.
Put your tongue back in your mouth, Carson.
Sorry, Commissioner.
Why should this young man put his tongue away? That's what we women seek, after all, to be sexually objectified by the superior gender.
Jesus Christ. Get her out of here, Carson.
Yes, sir, Commissioner.
Later, back at Kim's apartment.
Thank you for that, Kimberly. I needed a good supervillain to spar with. All the people I punch in paradise are petty perps.
It was so nice to see you back in action, Carol. Ever think about coming out of retirement? I mean, you are the reason that I do what I do. You inspired me as a child, and training under you was a real thrill. Oh, everything I am today, my technique, my moral code, my mindset, my abundant alliteration is because of you.
You're too kind, Kimberly. This is fun, but no, I like the idea of getting back to my Howard. However, you know if you ever need me, all you have to do is call. Howard won't mind loaning me out on a temporary basis.
Well, I know Howard loves that you're a superhero.
He certainly does. Speaking of studly men, did you reach any decision about Carl? I saw you staring at him out of the corner of your eye while I was fighting that noxious woman.
I'm still resolved to end it. I envy your marriage, and hopefully someday I'll find my Howard. For now, though, I'm going to get back to just being the best superhero I can be, and that means not forming romantic attachments at work.
Well, you know I disagree, but I'm proud of you for making up your own mind. When the willful woman writs her warranted will, she will win.
And when the astute advisor advises her apprehensive apprentice with awesome advice, those arguments are ascertained and appreciated.
Goodbye, Kimberly. Take care.
Oh, goodbye, Carol.
Is this the end of Kim and Carl as a couple? Or will Carol's advice sink in and change Kim's mind? Come back in October to find out in another installment of the Topnotch Tangler. Thank you for coming out to the It's All Been Done Radio Hour.
It's All Been Done Radio Hour number 58, the Topnotch Tangler number 6, Sweet and Sour, starred Samantha Stark as Kimberly Benson, aka the Topnotch Tangler, Keith Jackson as Commissioner Carl Darling, Joe Morales as Lieutenant Adam Carson, Stephanie Stevens as Carol/Glamorous Gal, Wendy Parks as the Wholesome Honey. As always, the show is narrated by Chris Allen, sound effects provided by Foley artist Seamus Talty, and it was written by Jerome Wetzel, music by Nathan Haley and Jerome Wetzel. Please check out our website, It's All Been Done radiohour.com. Rate and review us on iTunes. If you want to buy an It's All Been Done Radio Hour t-shirt, jump over to IABDpresents.com and go to the store, or you can find it directly on Amazon.com. Have a good week. We'll talk to you later.
With rays no one fully understands, Miss Kimberly Benson was transformed into the Topnotch Tangler, a superhero who can save the city.
Oh, now you're making me blush.
Yes. Along with the police commissioner Carl Darling, who doesn't know Kim's secret and whom she's decided to break up with.
Sorry, we're just men.
So great.
This is why we love you, people.
This is why we love you.
You think of jokes like 10 minutes early and you wait for the perfect joke. It's so good.
Do you want to call him? That's it.
And the eager young lieutenant, Adam Carson.
That's me. Thanks kindly for mentioning me.
Oh, it's like
Well done.
You're welcome. This terrific trio keeps Tiptown safe.